For a minute, we're going to talk about variables. So in my project directory, I went ahead and created a variables.php file. Notice it's not in the charity subdirectory. One thing that I would like to fix as I'm running this program, it always wants to load up this index.php file, which is not what I want, because then I have to go change the path to see what I want to see. So if I come over to Project Properties, Run Configuration, I can specify this is really where I want it to go when I load up the program, or when I copy those files over, and when I load up my web browser. I really want it to open up that variables.php file. So it sends everything over again. I don't know why it has to send everything, but it does. And then once it's done sending, it should go ahead and open that variables.php. Now there's nothing there because I haven't put anything there. So let's talk about variables. Let's first do a string variable. String variable is very easy to do, and most of you should have already had a programming class, so you should understand what a string is, and what a variable is for that matter. Joe, I can't spell. So look at these different component parts. A variable in PHP always has to begin with a $sign. I've went ahead and named my variable S, and this is the contents of my variable. Pretty easy. That's a variable, string. One of the most common things you're ever going to do with a variable is to dump the contents of it. Well, using our handy echo statement, we can echo the contents of the variable. And we can go ahead and run that and take a look, and this should be a little quicker. There we are. So my name is Joe. Great. So back here now, let's look at, so strings are pretty easy. Let's look at a float or a decimal. So x is equal to 1.2, and maybe y is equal to 2.3. And then we'll go ahead and say echo, give me the value of x plus the value of y. Notice that whenever I refer to those variables, I've got to have the $signs in front of them. Well, that's decimal. How about an integer? A equals 1, B equals 2. PHP is not strongly typed, so it doesn't know what's stored in it until you actually put something in it. So it doesn't matter what my variable names are, but this is going to carry a 1. If I want to later on, when I say not strongly typed, I can actually reassign it. $A is that now. So even though it was an integer earlier on, I can reassign it to be a string. Now as I run this, you'll see, okay, it did it. My name is Joe, added the two together, gave me the integer, and then printed out hello world. There's absolutely no formatting in here whatsoever. So we probably need to look at how can I get some HTML in there, and you should already be familiar with that. We can say echo, let's just echo the BR tag there, and maybe we'll just copy that a few times down here, and down there, and make it a little bit more readable. But we can intersperse our HTML however we want. If we look at our source, that's what it looks like. So variables are very important. We'll look at some more variables in the next